Live.
Oh my goodness, it happened.
Charlotte, hello. Oh,
This
and
is so
Shirley is
cool.
here. Okay, first of all, what's everybody drinking? Because this is supposed to be a coffee chat, but I suppose if you don't like coffee, you don't have to drink coffee.
You don't have to drink coffee, but you can send your coffee to us so that we can drink it for you. We are happy to
Absolutely.
enjoy the coffee.
Yes.
I also am drinking the coffee black. You look like yummies in yours.
I have cream.
Yeah.
Yep. I can't do sweet coffee at
Yeah.
all.
It kind of ebbs and flows for me. Last night I thought I was going to make a decaf coffee before bedtime and turn it into like the super sweet confectionery type thing. And I sort of made a hard left turn at hot chocolate instead.
Mhm.
And I turned it into peppermint hot chocolate. My husband bought the girls some candy cane frozen custard from a place local to here that only comes out once a year at Christmas. So he stopped off, picked them up some of that, and they were having that for dessert last night. And I was like, I have to have peppermint in my coffee tonight. I just do. And then I realized I don't want peppermint coffee. I want peppermint hot chocolate.
Yes. I'm all down for like the sweet tea,
Yeah.
the hot chocolates, all that. I just cannot drink my coffee sweet at all.
Yeah.
Ever since my first Whole30, it's like I just can't do it. But
Right.
weird that way.
I
Oh,
struggle
Amy's here.
to do
Amy's
that.
here.
Hey me. Isn't that funny? Like hey me instead of hey Amy. I'm silly. It's great. Wow, it looks like there's a lot happening in here that we
We
kind
have
of
35 people watching now. Yep, that's
welcome.
35.
Let us know what you're drinking, and there's
Yeah,
lots
what
of
are you
people
guys
saying where they're
drinking?
from. We have
Shirley
Wade
went to
from
make a cup of tea. Hopefully she's back. Just got to have her hot drink.
Dave from the UK. What part of the UK, Dave? I visited there once.
I visited there once or twice.
Lena
Very
from
briefly.
Florida. Jacques
Yeah.
Churchum. We will look forward to your responses on the replay. Magic polish plant. Amy, what is
What
a
is that?
magic polish plant? We must have knowledge that you
That
are clearly hoarding. Amy has like all of this
seriously.
stuff. I'm
Seriously.
always so flabbergasted.
Oh, Charlotte just finished her coffee. Excellent.
Sounds like it's time for a refill.
Yeah, you know. It's instead of second breakfast, it's second coffee. 11sies is also coffee.
I struggle with like trying to moderate coffee in general. Now, granted, I do drink a lot of decaf, so that's
That's like
how
drinking water.
I justify it so hard as best I possibly can. Honestly,
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
great.
I wanted to mention, so after we scheduled all this, we realized that Steve from Serious Keto and Keto Chow were going live at exactly the same time. I just got a notification popped up that they're live now, and they're announcing the flavor of the Serious Keto special new Keto Chow flavor. And I just wanted to say, if anyone's having FOMO about that, I have it. I
FOMO.
have it. I got it in the mail last night. They sent me some. And I'll give them a few minutes to make sure that they've announced the flavor, and then I'll show you guys. So if you're, worried about missing out on the surprise, here's the.
I has much worry about what they're doing over there because Steve said that it's, his hints a couple months back were like, oh, it's not going to be a sweet flavor. They need to do more savory things. And I'm like, I'm down with that. I mean, I bought Jared a whole pile of Keto Chow last year when I got him a creamy for Christmas. And he loves the snickerdoodle, but the price for me, it's like, okay, I'm such a reverse engineer. And if I don't absolutely love it and cannot replicate it, then I try to buy the thing. If I can't replicate it, I'm like, I'm happy to spend the money. But based on the way that my husband goes through ice cream, I cannot afford to do that. So it's one of those kind of a things.
Yeah.
And so like I get jazzed about the savory flavors because I find I can't replicate those or I can't
Yeah.
come up with something as similar to it as
Yeah.
like the sweet ones for me are a little bit easier to navigate, but we
Right.
missed
Yeah,
something.
I have a bunch of the savory ones, and there's so many recipes that you can make with them,
Yeah,
like even the egg white bread you can do with the savory flavors, and I haven't done it yet. I just need to do it.
sure. So we
Yeah.
missed Laurie. Hello, Laurie. And then Amy came back to tell us,
Oh,
oh, Polish,
loving it
not
on
Polish.
keto. They announced it already. Oh, how rude! All right, someone already said it.
Pecan sticky bun.
That's not
What?
savory. I mean, pecans are a
What?
little bit savory, but pecan sticky bun is not savory.
He
But
threw
still
me
looks
off
freaking
so
delicious.
hard. Well, dag
But you
nabbit.
can
I was
see
hoping for like brisket or something.
brisket. I feel like with keto chow, they're like, well, just go eat brisket. It's already keto. You don't need to make a keto chow. But yeah,
Yeah,
there's
but
your serious keto. Yeah,
oh,
serious keto. So, and then they also sent me the other new one, which I feel like
ah,
I was like, wow, these are. I wonder how different these taste. Because I
I would
mean, pecan
imagine.
sticky bun doesn't necessarily have maple in it,
Sure. And the
but
pecans are a very distinct
pecan.
nut flavor.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting side by side taste test.
And I bet the pecan and the caramel from the sticky part, it's a very caramely kind of a concept, I would imagine.
Did
Man,
you watch
he
did you
threw me.
watch Two Crazy Ketos with their censored video of
Yes.
the flavor? That was so
I thought that was
funny. Oh my gosh.
fantastic. I'm like, if you could put a few more beeps in there, that would
Yeah,
just really
that'd be
clinch.
great. Just beep the entire thing. That was so funny. It was so infuriating and so funny. I was sure it was creme brulee. That was like
Oh,
my
really?
guess. I totally thought because he said he liked to order it from restaurant. And I was like, what does a keto person order from a restaurant? And I was like, it has to be creme brulee. But
Mm.
make that flavor, I guess.
I don't tend to order desserts from restaurants.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
neither.
even before I was low carb keto, before the Trim Healthy Mama, before the Weston A. Price, before it all, ordering desserts was like such a luxury.
Yeah.
And it was always one of those things that I was always let down. And oh, it wasn't enough. Well, the cat's out of the bag.
They did not show. Oh, they showed the maple waffle. Oops. Someone said it in the chat though. Here,
I think they
Julie already said pecan sticky bun, so that's
okay.
where I showed
You
it. But
we're in the
yeah,
clear. We're in the clear. No, but
we're gonna get sued by Keto Chow here.
they can have it all. There's nothing there.
Actually, the flyer that came in the package said, "Don't reveal until December 6th." It's December 6th, so
It has
I
actually
could have
been
gotten on
December.
here at 12:01 and done it and been
I
fine.
mean, yeah, it's been December 6th for like 13 and a half, or not 13 and a half, but like 13 hours now. It's fine. It's fine.
That's so funny. All right, so yeah, there's two new flavors, just in case anyone didn't know. There's the maple waffle that was announced a few days ago, and then the pecan sticky bun that's announced right now, this very moment. You heard it here first, people.
I guess we actually aren't all that news breaking because Julie is keeping us honest here and said that and it's live. You can buy it. So I'm assuming that if you were on
Yeah,
the Keto Chow website at 12 a.m., you
you
probably
would think
saw
so.
it.
Loving it on keto did. Oh, well, loving it on keto must have done the
I think they did
maple
the maple
waffle.
waffle because they made cookies with it or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Does that sound right? I know that they did something with it recently, but it was not until after Black Friday.
But it
So
shouldn't have been the pecan sticky bun yet,
I would
because that's what's
imagine
getting
not.
announced right now. Oh
11
yeah,
hours rolled out the maple waffle.
that's
Whoa.
crazy.
That's pretty
That
wild.
those keto chow people, they know how to do it. Like they are like they just make it fun. It's like
Yeah,
everyone just wants to get in on it because it's so fun. Like they just know all the tricks.
right. Well, I loved Steve's little like play on it being peaches and cream 2.0. Like that one
That was funny.
cracked me up. I was like,
Even more like
I
hand lotion.
I loved Joe and Rachel's take on how to like present, but then like when Steve said it was peaches and cream lotion 2.0.
So funny.
I mean, peaches and cream, that's a really difficult one to get. I suppose that Keto Chow could go lobby Quaker Oats to see what their peaches and cream formula is and try to unjunkify it. But
Yeah, that's a good word.
yeah,
Unjunkify.
I mean,
What I'm
it's
trying to do with my body. Okay, so we're 10 minutes in.
Yep.
For those of you that are just joining us, we this is our first coffee chat, and we are still we're open to different. That should be the thumbnail. We're open to different names for this. We want to make it like a regular thing. 10 a.m. Pacific Tuesdays or 1 p.m. Lindsey is
Eastern Standard.
Yeah, it is very difficult to find. Like, you'd think, we're both stay-at-home moms, homeschool moms. It's like our schedules are totally open. No, trying to find a time plus the 3-hour time difference is quite complicated. But
it's been an adventure.
Yeah, but I think we've landed on it, and I know that this is not going to work for the 9 to 5 people. This is working for us as stay-at-home moms. I remember back, and I was talking to Lindsey about this, back in like 2015 or 16, Just So Trish, who's a homeschool mom, and Tangi that from Freedom Homestead, they used to do a morning live, and they're like later time zone than me, so it would always be like 6 a.m. my time, and I loved it. Like, it was just coffee chat, get together every week, and I could fold laundry while I was listening. So that's kind of our intention with this, is just, it's not like we're not going to have like these huge topics or it's not an interview or anything. It's just hang out, chat, drink some coffee. If you guys have questions, feel free to put them in the chat, and we could, if something gets sparked, we'll talk about it. Or we can, save questions and have a little bit of, an idea of what a topic that we're going to talk about. But it's kind of anything goes, just casual, just hang out. It's not like a big, there's not tons of value. Let's just say that as far as like content. It's more just if you want to hang out.
There is value in just being.
There is value. Right.
It's just not like, really going to be meat and potatoes value. It's going to be coffee value.
Ooh, coffee value, because there is value to that. It's not like we're not getting the bulk of our nutrition from it, but there's definitely value. I mean, unless you are.
But that's so true. We do not receive the bulk of our nutrition from the coffee.
Yes, but it is important for our health. It's important for our social life. Like, let's go grab coffee, so it is good for you.
Yes.
It's good for you, even though it's not a ribeye steak.
Coffee value. I mean, but if it could be coffee and ribeye,
that would be
upset. We just don't have the capacity mentally and emotionally to devote to like bringing in some sort of large ribeye steak every single week. That's just all there is to it. Well, you can't butcher the cow every week. You got to eat the liver too.
That's true. Oh gosh, do we have to really?
You really have to.
So Victoria's Keto Kitchen is here. Have you watched her?
No.
Hi, Victoria. Okay,
hello, Victoria. Why have I not known your name?
I have been getting people commenting. I have not watched the videos yet, which I need to, but she's been doing a lot of keto baking stuff. And like she made a keto flour substitute.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Love it. So we have to go check her out as soon as we're done.
Oh my gosh. All right. This is so wonderful.
Fantastic. Look at us. We're already getting value added by adding suggestions for your subscription feed.
Yes. Yeah. Everyone go check out Victoria's Keto Kitchen. And I need to sit down and watch some of the videos because they keep popping up on my feed, of course, because it's baking and it's keto. But I haven't clicked. I mean, maybe I've clicked on one of them, but I need to, dig in. So welcome. And I'm excited that she's also a homeschooler.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, it seems like there for a while, I noticed that the homeschool space really blew up around that. Gosh, it must have been like 2013 to 2016-ish time frame. It was all homeschool. And my very first video, oh my goodness, it's fantastically awful. It was me sharing while I was pregnant with Lauren what we were doing for homeschool curricula for that
Nice.
year. And the audio was gloriously
Oh
terrible.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And you
Fun
couldn't
time.
you couldn't see anything I was doing. I was sitting in a desk like so far away from my camera because I was like, I have all this stuff, but you got to see all the stuff. It's not me. And of course I was pregnant so I could barely breathe.
Yep. Mhm. Yep.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
that was back in like the
Yeah.
What was her
Oh,
last name? And that I
Hills.
feel like
Andrea
that was
Hills.
the era. That was the homeschool era,
Well, and that's
and
sort of
we've
where
kind of moved
Trish
away
and
from that.
Tangi kind of like sprung
Exactly.
up and started to like come to light. You know,
Yeah.
Trish would share a lot of homeschool stuff, which I connected with.
Yeah.
She would
Yeah.
share her health stuff. And then she kind of got off on like how the ADHD thing was starting to impact her life. And that's sort of the last I really remember hearing from her. But man, I just loved her just like down earth kind of
Yeah.
personality. And Tangi was
Yeah.
always
She's
so
so
fun.
funny.
Oh my word. I
Yeah.
loved
Just
those
so
ladies.
Trish, she's still I saw her pop on live every once in a while. She's still around,
Mm.
but not as
Well,
much. And then Tangi's still because she kind of combined her channel with her husband's, and they do the whole
okay.
homestead thing together now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Jealous.
yeah, they're still yeah.
It's interesting how, like, as your own life situation sort of adjusts or reorients, you just start to like follow the flow of that. Because when I first started watching YouTube, one of my best friends was getting married. And no, 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 no. Who was it that was getting? No, yep, it was. One of my best friends was getting married. And so I needed to figure out hairstyles because I'm terrible at hair.
Mhm.
And so I started watching like hairstyle videos and how to do that. And then we found out that we were pregnant with our oldest. And then it was, how do I do cloth diapering in an RV? Because we lived in an
Mhm.
RV in Oregon. And so it was, can I do hand wash only diapers? Because we can't afford to go to the laundromat more than once a week. And I want a
Oh
cloth
my
diaper
God.
because cost savings plus environment plus, like I clearly needed more to do. And
Oh
so
yeah.
I went through and like went down that rabbit hole, the whole natural parenting route, the homeschooling route. Then
Yeah.
it just flowed into health and wellness. And it was just, it's crazy just to see like the horizon and how it isn't smooth and flat. It's always
Right.
changing.
Yeah, it's amazing what you can learn on YouTube.
I
It's
know.
like whatever you get into, you could just go down a rabbit hole. And I feel like with my channel, and I think you're probably similar, it's like I didn't ever want to just pick one topic. Because it's like
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose interest in that one topic. And
Yeah.
it's like I don't want it just to be my job, and
Mhm.
have to come up with stuff that I'm not really interested in. So I've
That's
never
right.
named my channel like Keto Neely, or whatever. I
Yep.
always it's just my name,
Yep.
and it'll be what it'll be. I've had some people, not very happy that I've moved away from only instant pot stuff or,
Well, that
different
is
things
the
like
bread and
that.
butter there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Well, and yeah, and then you get kind of stuck in whatever YouTube picks up, when something goes viral, it's like that's the kind of subscribers you get. And
That's
so,
right.
anyways, but my channel has always, ebbed and flowed with what I'm doing because otherwise
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to make it work.
Oh
It's like
no.
it's not my job. I already have a couple of full-time jobs.
That's
I
right.
have 5 full-time jobs and this just has to fit in. So that's
Absolutely.
how
Well,
that's how I've
and
done it.
that's me too. I had so many interests and so many thoughts about those interests and so much information that I was absorbing that I just felt I needed an outlet to share that information back.
Right.
And at some point my husband's eyes would glaze over, and at some point my sisters-in-law, they would be like, "What are you talking about now?" Was like,
Mhm.
I need some sort of like a verbal outlet that can sort of go wherever my brain goes. And I know that means that my channel is also a little bit kind of all over the map, but that's sort of where my brain is too. So I
There you
hope you're
go.
blessed.
Yeah, I never intended for it to be like an income generating anything.
Hmm. Hmm.
And it's like, and yeah, I mean, it is now, which is amazing. Like, I'm like, I'll take it. It's been put on my lap, but it's like I've done everything wrong as far as like making it a business and like really monetizing things.
Sure.
Like, something just it comes in front of me like, you want to be sponsored by this? You want to, get this for free? I'm like, well, okay, sure. I'll review that, and it's just like, but looking at it, I'm just like, man, I have done this all wrong.
That's right. That is
But
absolutely
that was never the intention.
right. The other day, my husband looked at me and he said, so the things that you've been sent, are they going to send us some kind of a form for the taxes, or are they going to do this? Because those are businesses that want to make sure they get their deductions. And I was like, I hope.
It's so
Hope so.
complicated. I hate taxes so much. I'm thankful that my husband takes care of all of that.
Well, and I'm grateful that Jared, he's the one that's like, hey, this thing, is the doorbell going to ring? Let's wait for it. Oh, good. He didn't ring the doorbell. Sometimes our delivery people, they will ring the doorbell and other times they won't, and you're just never quite sure who you're gonna get.
Oh, that's
You're
funny.
like, is it happening? But yeah, like the whole business aspect of it. And I've watched Frugal Fit Mom, Christine.
Yeah.
She's gone through and done a video or two talking about set it up as a completely separate entity from the get-go. And I'm like, I set this up to share my thoughts and my opinions and hopefully find a little bit of camaraderie with whatever it is that I'm interested in. I did not set this up as a business. I did not set it up to earn money. I was excited when it would happen, but I'm not dependent on it at this point. So it
Right.
never became a real like viable option. I mean, there are so many better ways that I could make money, to be honest, with
Oh, yeah,
like
no kidding.
a real income, but I don't know if I would have as much enjoyment out of it as I do with
Right.
just like the hobbyist side
Right.
of the what are we talking about? YouTube. There we go.
YouTube, yeah. Yeah, when someone tells me like, "Oh, I think I'm gonna start a YouTube channel, for a living," and I'm just like, "No, please don't do it." Like I mean, I've been on YouTube for 10 years, and it's like, obviously I did it all wrong.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I maybe could have gotten to, better point than I am now by 10
sure.
years, but there's so much like chance involved, or
Oh yeah.
fans, like if you happen to go viral and you never know like what video is going to go viral, like no clue. Like I had been doing, all the instant pot stuff and just regular recipes, not keto recipes, and every time I throw in a keto recipe, it would just not do very well, and I was like, my viewers are not very interested in the keto stuff. And then I randomly in a Costco haul video said that I was going to make egg white bread when my husband wanted to eat lower carb, and I had several people say, oh, show us how you make egg white bread. And I'm like, okay. So I did a video of that. And then that's the one, that blew up. And then I all of a sudden had all these keto people following me that were interested in keto stuff. And it's just like, you can never,
You can't
like,
anticipate things the
yes,
way that a lot of the gurus or the creator gurus would tell you, like you can predict things. Maybe there are people out there who have the capacity to go through and look at the way trends are moving and be able to jump the
yes,
gun on some things.
yes,
That is not in my wheelhouse and that is not in my actual capacity to handle.
yes,
So I'm with you on that. Like I
yes.
think I may have had one video really kind of go wild. And I say that term loosely because I think it had like 160,000 views on it, which is
Yeah,
like
that's awesome.
mind blowing. And it was me just saying, hey, I bought a bunch of different varieties of collagen and the
Oh,
results
yeah.
were, I don't know that there's one better than the other yet. So
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was like,
It's so funny, the ones that, like, just happen to catch fire.
yeah.
Like, my first, Instant Pot video that went popular was my whole chicken in the Instant Pot.
Mm.
Pulled that day, like, it was an awful video, and
Yep.
I kept getting critiqued on it, like, "You should have done this or that, or you should have not used
You're
this
right.
music," and I'm like,
You're
I
right.
have,
Shouldn't have.
1,000 subscribers. Like, I did not know that this was gonna get 600,000 views. Like, if I had, I would have done something different. But if I had done something different, it probably wouldn't have gotten 600,000 views. It's like,
That's right. That is right. This is what
it's
I
so
think
crazy.
YouTube really thrives on, to be honest, is like the people who are actually just real people who have real mess in their
Yeah.
lives or have real sickness or who have just everyday realness that are not in a studio trying to produce something that is so like I don't know, over the top perfection. It's just
Yeah.
we're just doing the thing. That's why I don't
Mhm.
really mind it when I can't quite find a good angle for my camera over top of my stove. It's
Mhm.
like, it needs to be a little bit rustic because I am extremely rustic and imperfect. And if I go through and try to go to the do the mental exercise of figuring out exactly how it needs to be so that it looks the best, is lit the best, has like the perfect focus, has all of these things done, then I am going to burn out after one video. But if I
Yeah.
just got the camera kind of cattywampously set up somewhere, if I've got the GoPro like suction cupped to the microwave, I
Yep.
think I'm doing okay. It makes
Yep.
me happy. Let's just boil
Yeah.
that down. It just makes
I
me happy to do it.
I think YouTube is like what reality TV wishes it could be.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
like people got way into the whole reality TV thing because you want to feel like it's real, you want to like get a peek into someone's real life, but then
Sure.
reality TV is not real life. Like it's
Mm,
so fake. But YouTube is like it's actually an opportunity to get a peek into someone's real life. And
that's right.
so it's like that's what people like. And
Mhm.
then once you start getting big, then it's like the pressure to make it perfect. And so
Yeah,
these big YouTubers, it's like they make these big productions, and it's like, well, that's not really what people were wanting in the first place.
right.
So I try to keep like the
But they've
pressure
built
off.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, to keep the pressure off of like having to have the perfect sound or the perfect lighting or whatever, because it's like I don't want to spend all my time focusing on that. I want to
mm,
just put out content.
yeah.
Like that's what that's what I can do. And I think that's what people want, or at least there's a certain
That's what I
audience that
hope
wants that.
people want.
Right.
Because
'Cause
I'm
if they
not
want something perfect, they were gonna have to go find a different channel.
that's right. That's right. And I can watch some of these other like cooking shows um or cooking channels. Okay, so one of the people that we really like to watch is Sam the cooking guy. Have you seen
I have
Sam?
not. You've talked about him, but I don't think I've seen a video of his.
He's got a mouth and
Oh.
he's kind of got he's a little bit sassy. He's a little bit sassy. And he's constantly talking at his son who's behind the camera, I believe, or his son is somehow involved in the production. He's got this outdoor kitchen that is drool worthy for me because I'm like it's so like effective, and he's got like this big round it's just so cool. I love it so very much. But like he did an actual like TV network food cooking like show, and
Mhm.
then I guess like contract ran out or something, and he started a YouTube channel, or he had a YouTube channel as well. But it's just like the guy's rough around the edges and he's funny, and they go through and they show some of the like the blooper type things in the middle of the video, which I also find very entertaining. I love
Yes.
the bloopers at the end, but I also really love it when it's like in the middle and you get
Yeah.
like the you're like,
Yeah.
my gosh, you do that too? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't do it with
You're
the word,
real.
but I'm like, I have to re-say something a few times before I'm like, wait a minute, my brain misfired there. How do I get the words to line
Oh
up
my
right?
gosh. I have so much footage that I've deleted that's like just me trying to say something, like
Yeah. And it's like
simple
you
word
can't
that just won't come out.
yeah, and there's no backspace button on audible words.
No, no.
It's repeat. Oh, he got canceled, Riza said. Real show years ago. He got
Oh,
canceled.
we got
Thank you
canceled.
for that bit of
Mm.
context. Also,
Hi,
hello, Riza.
Cindy. You're late. I showed the new flavor too. We had the new flavor here
Neely has the
for
new flavor. I'm not cool
for
enough.
all the people, that couldn't decide which live stream to join. Yeah. I'm
Well,
gonna have to go watch the replay.
we're planning to be consistent, as consistent as two busy moms can be, doing
Yeah.
this on Tuesdays, um, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So,
Yeah. And I'm
we
sure that if there's a week where one of us is not available, that we have other YouTube friends that could jump in and coffee chat.
Definitely.
We also we're going to try to alternate channels that it goes on. So next Tuesday should be on Lindsey's channel. So make sure you're over there subscribed to her and with bell so that you're notified when.
But
Yeah,
if you don't
do all
put
the
the
things.
bell on, it's totally fine. It's really hard to get all the dings from the phones.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, but
But
do
I
do
just,
go ahead and put the bell.
with the lives though, I feel like the bell is the most important thing with live videos.
Look at you
'Cause
being
it's
all
like
smarter than me.
regular videos, it's like I don't have any notifications basically
So
because it's like I'm always going into YouTube and checking who has new videos in my subscription feed. So I don't need a notification when it comes up. But the live ones, I do want to know. And I think like when it's posted as a live that's coming up, you can hit the notify just on that one video. So
oh, that's good.
yeah.
That is
So
that is
we'll
good to
try
know.
we'll try to get the live scheduled, at least a day in advance so that
Yeah.
if you see it pop up in your subscription feed, you can hit the
Notify.
notify me when it comes.
Very
Oh
cool.
yeah. Oh, I
Ooh.
also Cindy reminded me about KetoCon.
Oh yeah.
We should announce. I've already announced that I'm going to be there, but
I'm gonna be there too.
we're going to get to meet in person for the first time.
I'm so
Yeah,
excited.
and Amy's
Like,
going to be
so
there.
excited. Is she officially coming, Amy?
I thought so.
I
Amy
thought so too, but
officially announced that you're coming.
have you? Make it so, woman.
Yes.
Donde
And
estás?
my husband will also be there, and
Mine
Lindsay's husband
too.
will also be there. So if you're
They're
curious
gonna
about,
meet and
I
they're
know
gonna
that's
be
going to be so fun.
BFFs.
Either that or they'll hate each other, one or the other.
I feel like with dudes, they kind of just sort of like let it go for
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not quite so visceral as it can be with women.
Yeah. I think they're going to need some camaraderie with, all of us getting together and all the keto people that we know.
Cindy, we look
They're gonna-
forward to
they're
meeting
gonna-
both of you.
Yeah. Yay, Cindy's going to be there.
Now,
Yeah. So we will be there.
Say again.
We will be there at KetoCon.
We will be.
And it's your first keto
Conference
event?
ever. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the first
me
time.
too.
I've never done a meetup. I've never done a conference or any kind of the summits or anything like that. I've always
Yeah,
had to
me
just
neither.
kind of watch if it's live streamed or watch the replays or things like that. And I'm jazzed because it's in my home state. I get to go back home and hang out with my
Oh,
parents.
yeah.
And
I was like, wait a minute. You don't live in Texas? Home state from before.
home state, my birthplace.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of
In the
cool
heart
because
of
it's in Austin and my sister and my brother live in Austin. And then my dad and my other brother live in Arlington. So like I get to see family there, and I have a car to borrow and all that good stuff.
Yeah, we didn't drive down for Thanksgiving this year to go to Texas, which is what we have been doing for the past several years. Instead, we flew, and we're not quite looking forward to the drive this go around, but we're leaving our girls with my parents in Texas, and we need to bring the fun stuff like the bikes and the scooters, and it's a little hard to sort that out on a plane.
A little bit.
So
Just a little bit.
it's one of those things where we're like, okay, we're just gonna bite the bullet. We're gonna drive it. We used to do this when we were younger, like it was nothing.
Fun.
I can remember driving from Wyoming to Texas for I don't remember what purpose, but it took us 18 hours and we did it in one day with an 18-month-old. And so we used to be pretty hardcore with the road trip traveling, but
Yeah.
we got old.
Yeah. It does happen.
Tiresome now.
It does happen. Yeah. We're leaving the kids with various people. And
Mhm.
just my husband and I. And we were talking about like, when's the last time the two of us went on a trip, just the two of us? And it was probably 15 years ago. We drove to Canada and saw Vancouver, BC when Autumn was like 2.
Wow. Oh my
So
goodness. She's 17?
yeah, she's 17.
That's
pretty crazy.
ridiculous. And you
I
don't have
know.
like any grays to show for it or anything?
I do not have any gray hair yet.
She
Yeah.
must be a pretty awesome kid.
Well, she was pretty great. I mean, I recommend her.
I'm working on my 12-year-old. She's pretty amazing too, but
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
developing more and more skills as we go along.
Yeah. Well, I also have an 11-year-old, so working on that. but she's also great. So
Yeah,
they're all
yeah,
great in their
sure.
own special way.
Right. All right,
Yeah.
everybody in the comments, if you have any kind of last minute questions or any kind of video ideas that you would or topics you would like us to talk
Yeah.
about, could you
Yeah.
maybe possibly put that up here in the live chat?
Yeah.
I think maybe
So
we've got a couple
go
more
ahead.
minutes.
Yeah, a couple more minutes. We were going to try to keep these around 30-ish minutes, maybe up to 45. Not crazy long. We have, small people that we have to keep alive. So, you know, 30, 45
5-year-old.
minutes seems like it's pushing it. But actually what got us talking about doing a video or videos together was a question on the last Fab Four video that we did on Amy's channel. And that was asking me and Lindsey, I forget who it was. I should have pulled it up.
I left my thing
Yeah,
over there.
asking us why we don't do the THM diet, Trim Healthy
From
Mama
Healthy Mom.
diet anymore. Because we both have done that in the past and we both have done videos about that in the past. And so I thought it would be a fun video to make. Me and Lindsey just talking about why we're not, what we experienced with it and then why we're not on it anymore. And we thought it was kind of a big topic for the first coffee chat video, but maybe next week we can try to tackle that.
Sure.
Yeah, so for anybody that's curious about that, that's coming up. Seems like there's something else I was going to say, but El Ruderai update. Yeah, I will be doing that. I actually have a video filmed, not an update about like my own experience, but like doing the SIBO
Process.
yogurt. Yeah, making the SIBO yogurt with the 3 separate strains. So that's coming up. And then I'm also planning to do a coconut milk El Ruderai recipe, see if it works because I've never done it before. So yes,
Sounds really
definitely
cool.
that. We were talking about how we don't want these coffee chats necessarily to take the place of our Wellness Wednesday talks, like sharing our own wellness journey.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not, it's not going to be necessarily just talking about like our diet or anything. Although that will come up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not off limits or anything, but we just don't want it to be the same content, as Wellness Wednesdays.
Right.
But we were talking about maybe doing some kind of exercise accountability together, like check in together about, because both of us have said that we would like to get better at exercising regularly, but that it's hard to do it without accountability. So that might be something that we throw in here. But we're just trying to keep it casual because we're busy and we spend a lot of time putting effort and energy into our other content. And this is just meant to be like turn on the camera, chat, see what comes up, give you guys a chance to chat with us and let it be what it is.
That's
So,
right.
yeah.
That's right. I don't know that I could say anything additional. So we do appreciate though that if you do have topic ideas that you might want us to touch on, definitely leave those for us. It's probably not going to be an in-depth deep dive kind of a thing. It's probably going to just be like touching on it and giving like I feel this way about it, but I haven't dug into it, or this person has some really great research on that, kind of more of a opportunity to just say a quick little blip about our experience or what have you. Um, I noticed there was a couple of things. So you talked about the El Ruderai thing. Um, Jana, you asked about intermittent fasting. I think we could probably talk about that in an upcoming chat, because I
Yeah.
agree that it's got a bad rap. It's got a lot of like people who are very pro and a lot of people who are very
Yeah.
so that can definitely be a future discussion. We also thought that maybe once a month or so we could do a question and answer type thing where we devote the whole chat to just y'all's questions and trying to answer those. So that is also something that we will try to pull together. Julie, my channel's name is Lindsey Murphy.
Yeah, and I feel like you should be able to see her somewhere because she's part of this live. Maybe not. I will make sure to add to the comments. Oh, maybe I can do it right now. Lindsey's channel, so you guys can all go subscribe there.
First, check my content to make sure you really feel like like I'm adding value to your life.
Oh, Lindsey adds
Oh my
value.
gosh.
It won't let me tag you, but if you just search Lindsey Murphy, you'll find it, and I'll add it to the description of the video after we're done here.
I just never want to be a burden on anybody.
Yeah. Hey, they don't have to click on the videos. It's all like there's no pushing yourself on anybody. They have chosen it. They click on the video, they have chosen it.
You know how big I am on the whole like personal choice, personal
Yeah.
responsibility, that kind of thing. Like, I just don't ever want somebody to just blindly click on me and think like, oh yeah, here's a sweet girl. I'm not. No,
Oh, you're very sweet.
I'm a
You're
mess.
very, aren't we all? See, that's what we want on YouTube is we want people who are a mess because we
That
can
is,
identify with them
that
and
is
we can
real.
realize that we are not alone
You
in our
are not
messiness.
alone. I
Oh my
mean,
God.
if I could have more time to play around and do like videos of me trying things for the first time or trying ideas for the first time to produce all of the like fail videos when it comes to
Mm,
cooking, I
mm.
feel like people would get a huge kick out of that. But the children's education at the moment is kind of my main focus, and then it
Those
is the holiday
children,
season, so
those children just keep needing things.
oh
Dang
my.
it.
I've heard from more seasoned parents that they get needier in different ways as they
Yes,
continue
they do.
to age up, and I'm like, okay, what can I anticipate? What can I?
Yeah.
I
Well,
can't.
I have the needy 17-year-old and the needy 4.5-year-old. So I've got, the both of the needies. Although I
Yeah.
will say the needy 4.5-year-old takes significantly more time.
Well, I'm afeared that the emotionally like connected neediness might do me. Like,
Yeah.
there are three of them against one of me and my
Oh my
husband.
gosh.
I mean, y'all are seriously on zone defense rather than man on man, and
Yeah,
we can
so true.
kind of do man on man if we split it up well, but
Oh my gosh, it's so
it's a lot.
funny. Yeah, back when we first met on YouTube, I think I had 3 girls.
Yep. You did.
Is
No, no,
that
no,
right?
no, no. You had Renee, or maybe you were
Did I have
pregnant with
Renee?
Renee. You were pregnant with
Probably.
her.
Probably. And so we were like girl moms. And I keep thinking, Lindsey has time to catch up, if she wants to. And she should.
Listen, listen, my poor body, it cannot take another surgery.
Oh, yes.
It would have to be an adoption at this point because there's
Hey,
no
that's a
way.
good idea. Do
That is
that.
a good idea. But I'm going to have to pray on that with my husband because the amount of heartache that goes into that,
Oh
that's
my
just so
gosh.
overwhelming. We have a
Yeah.
lot of foster slash adoption families in our church, and I'm like, I am happy to give you all of the gift cards,
Oh,
all of the dropped
yeah.
off groceries. What does your kid want? What do you
Yeah.
need? Do you need a break? I'm
Yeah.
happy to come and help you with a break. I don't know that I have any mental capacity to do what you do. That's
Yeah.
amazing. I
Well,
mean,
I
my
feel
dad
like
was actually adopted, so I do
wow.
see like how impactful that is in everyone's life, because it doesn't just impact the child, it impacts that family
Oh,
hugely.
for sure.
Hugely is not a
Yeah.
word.
I feel like dealing with the children is like the easy part of it oftentimes. It's dealing with the whole system around it, like the
Yeah.
foster care system. Like I
Mhm.
remember that from friends that did foster care. Just like having a child in your home is actually, I mean, there's different challenges, but it's like
Sure.
dealing with the system was just like the heartache side of
Right.
it. So
Yeah.
it's a big if someone was just like, here's a kid to take care of. So sure, I'll take it.
That's
But but
I
dealing
can
with that whole
parent. I've
system.
I've learned how to do that.
Who
I
does
can do
that?
this. It might be a little
Anyway,
bit of a learning curve for this individual, but I can figure it
as
out.
always. Yeah,
But to
yeah.
figure out the
But
paperwork detail side of it, ooh,
that's the hard part. That's the hard part.
that's effort.
Anyways, let's see. You need to have coffee and a keto dish on these lists. A keto dish, like food. We need to bring food to eat on the. Does everyone want to watch us eat? I mean, you're watching us drink.
Yeah. Maybe we'll take that under advisement.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, did you ever get into watching mukbangs?
No, that always kind of concerned me for the human that was consuming the food. And
That
then
is so
like
weird.
it's kind of difficult to watch the 5-year-old like with all the food falling out of her face. But
Oh,
then
yeah.
watching, like the 12-year-old get upset about the 5-year-old not keeping
Oh,
everything tucked in and not talking while she's chewing. And the idea of just like watching people eat does not
it's
strike
not
any
good.
kind of interest in my brain.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
recognize that
I
others
didn't
do.
I didn't feel I mean, I remember when that trend was going around. I feel like it's kind of fizzled out, but maybe I'm just not watching the right people. But we could do a live chat mukbang eating keto food.
I think my struggle is that I try so hard not to like talk when I'm having food, and when I taste test things that I've made, I'm like, okay, it bothers me that there's like the silence as I'm trying to chew, but I'm also trying not to like inhale it so fast that I breathe and choke. So
Yeah.
I always
Yeah,
try
I
to
don't like showing myself eating. Like when I do a taste test, it's often like I'm off camera. Like I just don't
yeah,
like
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, it's just those kind of things. It's that and, some of the other little odd type things that I'm like, maybe not for me. Maybe that's not for me. But we can take it under advisement if one day we create something amazing that we just have to share.
Yeah. Yeah, you totally should.
So,
All right. Well, we are at 46 minutes
we are. Oh my
already. Yeah.
stars. Oh
Yeah.
my stars. Look at all
We
y'all
got
complimenting me.
60
That was not my
people.
goal.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, RCR from Ireland.
I've been there.
You've been there. I've never been there.
I've been there.
I've never
I
been
got to
there.
see the Cliffs
I
of
want to be
Moher.
there.
Cork was really cool. We did make it over to Dublin and over to the bench that's the tree is growing up and around and through the tree that eats the bench. We went and checked that
Cool.
out. It is pretty cool. Um, Ireland was really cool. In fact, it was really hot while we were there, which made it very enjoyable for a summer trip.
Awesome.
Okay,
Mm.
wrapping it up.
Yeah. So thanks everyone for hanging out with us. And don't forget to go subscribe to Lindsey's channel so that you can know when we go live next week and
Yay!
talk about THM. Yay.
That's right. Oh man, it's going to be a interesting conversation.
Yeah, get ready. All the drama. We're gonna spill the tea.
The tea is just the fact that we're clumsy.
All
All
right.
right.
Now I have
Goodbye,
to figure out
y'all.
how to end this.
I think if we
Bye,
just hit
everybody.
the little X, then we'll be out of here. Y'all have a
All
great rest
right.
of the day, the week. We'll see you next time.
All right. Bye, guys.